So my name is Jeff and this is Rena, and we are from Wellington, and we are a small family of one biological child. He's 12 years old. His name is Caleb, and we have Ethan that we are now fostering.
So we were actually busy applying to become weekend parents for a boy at House Andrew Murray, and then the RCFF came to do a house visit. And we've always had it on our hearts to adopt, so we asked them because they know the kids in the community, and we had it on our hearts to give a home for a child in our community. So we asked them while they were there, do they get kids that need a home? So they said yes, they do. And then he actually felt like on his heart a boy that's about a year old. And then they phoned us one day and they said, there's this boy, he's a year old, would you consider coming to meet him? And then we met him, and then the Lord confirmed it for us. And then he wasn't adoptable at that time, which was quite, for us, not an issue, but we had to kind of then make, because the Lord confirmed it, we lived out in faith and we started fostering him. And it's been now 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years now. Ethan spent the first 6 months of his life on the street with his mom. And when he first came to us, he was a year old, so he had spent the next 6 months in safety. And there was a lot of, we noticed when he first started when we put him to bed and we'd go and check on him in the middle of the night, his arms would be very close to his chest, and his kind of fists would be clenched, you know. And just it was so beautiful for us, you know, a couple of months, and as he started, you know, kind of being with us longer and longer, his arms kind of like moved away from his body, and eventually you'd go in there and he's just open hands, and it's as if he was ready if someone was going to take him, you know, or something like that. So it's just been amazing just looking at, you know, we're believers, and we see adoption as something that Christ and God has done for us, you know. And when this journey of taking Ethan into our home is just kind of like looking at how God sees us, you know, and His grace, because there's nothing that we bring to the party except our sin, and He gives us His righteousness. And so in the same way, it's kind of mirrored off, is that when we chose to adopt Ethan and we brought him into his home, it was just, we got to be grace to him, you know. And then it just, as we receive much grace from God, we're able to put that grace onto him, you know. And it's been kind of a living journey of that, you know, which has been good. And also just because foster care is not easy. It's faith. It's a step of faith and trusting God. So it means that you find yourself more on your knees and asking for grace and asking for mercy and asking for strength. And because you don't understand them like you understand your biological kids. And so, yeah, I think it's definitely, yeah, my knees are a little bit more worn. Yeah, it's been special spiritually, yeah.
Yes, I would recommend it to others. I believe if the Lord have convicted you, and that is what He put on your heart to do, and not to do it for other people. I read in Proverbs today, actually, Proverbs 14 verse 4, it speaks about where there's oxen, where there's no oxen, the food trough is clean. And it just spoke about if you allow people into your life, sometimes it's messy, but the blessings are so huge.
Yeah, and I think the opposite in that is like, we can have clean lives, and you know, it's empty in a way. And fostering is like Rena says, you include someone else into your life, and it can get messy, but it's fruitful, and it's a huge blessing. And I think in many ways these days we live in a life where we seek convenience and we seek uncluttered life. But in many ways we can walk into our homes and everything's in their little place and everything's nice, But it's like, is the purpose there? Am I living a fulfilled life, you know? And God calls us to just messiness that is filled with blessing. You know, when you ask any parent, you know, when it brings you that nice chill and it's so fun and happy, is it when the kids are going crazy and they're having so much fun and the toys are all over the place? And it's like that. It's like that in life, you know? And so, yeah, we don't want empty food troughs. We want full ones, you know? Messiness, it's good.